What's good, everyone? This is Cooking with Al, where we make no BS food that's straight up slamming. Today, I'm cooking turkey chops with mashed potatoes and mixed vegetables. Because after a long shift on the line, the last person that usually gets fed is, well, me. This recipe is incredibly easy, technique-driven, budget-friendly, and honestly, anyone can do this. So let's get into it. To start, I'm peeling some potatoes. The potatoes were then cut large dice, and I put them into a pot and added some sea salt. They will be cooked until they are fork tender. So this is something you can just have on the back burner working while the rest of the meal is in the works. At the same time, I julienned one yellow onion. You see me there, chopping. And then there's a little slow-mo that you're about to see. This will be for the onion pan gravy that we make after we blacken turkey chops. So simple prep, nothing fancy, very straightforward. Now that the onions are done, we're gonna start making a blackening spice mix using onion powder, garlic powder, smoked paprika, black pepper, salt, and a little bit of slap ya mama for extra flavor, because why the hell not? So here I am mixing all these seasonings together. And optional, you can tone back the salt level if you don't want to use as much seasoning. There is salt in the slap your mama seasoning, but I also included a little bit of my own just to make sure everything had just the right amount of punch. Once that seasoning mix is all mixed up, as I'm about to do, you're about to see, as we add the rest of the ingredients, our next step is going to be to start preparing our turkey chops themselves. There we go, turkey chops time. Now I'm gonna lay out the turkey chops. I'm doing 4, that's what you get in a standard pack. These are just Shady Brook Farms turkey chops, so nothing incredibly special. I'm doing this part to get rid of any excess moisture, so I can get a great sear and not have sad looking gray meat. So once you get them dry, to get rid of any excess moisture, you're going to want to season them pretty generously on both sides. Now that the turkey chops are all seasoned up and ready to go, we're gonna do a little cinema, get our pan ready, get our pan nice and hot. All right, I'm using a 12-inch saute pan so I can cook all 4 chops at once. I'm just gonna get the pan nice and hot. I'm gonna apply a little bit of olive oil cooking spray is what I'm using. You can use any kind of oil that you would like, whether it's vegetable oil, corn oil, whatever you have at home, whatever you got. Once your pan starts to smoke, you're going to want to sear on the presentation side, the side that we're going to have, facing up. All right, you're going to cook them for about 3 to 4 minutes and then flip. And let the other side get some color, roughly about the same time, 3 to 4 minutes. So you're looking at a 6 to 8 minute cook time total. And then you're going to want to take them out the pan so you can start building the gravy. But it appears, yet again, in my voiceover, I'm talking way too fast for where I am in the video. Cut me some slack, I'm new at this. And And now enjoy a nice slow motion flip once I get a good grip on that turkey chop. Bam! And you see that mired reaction. You see the turkey chops cooking. You see a little sizzle sizzle. Yes, sir. This is home style eats. Comfort food, if you will. And there are 100 different ways you can prepare this, but I did this recipe the way I did it, with speed and efficiency in mind, you know. So it's making good food without cutting corners, without spending a bunch of money on quality ingredients. You can just use simply what you have on hand at the time. And I think that's the foundation for good cooking. Being versatile, using what you have, and especially in real kitchens, you know, working in real life, you're not going to always have what you need to get the job done. So improv is largely very important. But enough of my rambling. Now I'm taking the turkey chops out the pan, and we're going to start building the pan gravy. I didn't have any wine or anything nice like that, so I added my onions right there. Boom. I let them sweat a little bit, let them get a little color, and then I threw in a little nub of butter, just because the pan was kind of dry after searing the turkey chops. Once that butter hit, I let the onions cook until they were nice and golden brown. Once they were golden brown, I deglazed with some chicken broth that I made from chicken bouillon. Whatever you got on hand, again, whether it's a can of chicken broth that goes for 99 cents, or the bouillon flavoring, or the better than bouillon chicken base, all that'll work. It's also super easy to make your own stock from scratch, but this ain't that video, homie. For this cook, we keep it simple. Deglaze with chicken bouillon and water is what we basically wound up using, and scraping the entire time to loosen those burnt bits that fond from the pan. Now I know it looks like dog water right now, but relax. We're gonna let it simmer, we're gonna add a thickening agent, and it's gonna be money, trust me. So for the thickening part, I use a simple cornstarch slurry. If you want, you can also use a roux-based thickener. You'll get a little more flavor if you take some butter and some flour while you're cooking the onions and just make a brown roux with that way, and then deglaze. I decided to go the quick and easy route with a basic slurry. So I will also say this, it was probably like 1 a.m. when I was making this recipe, so my order of operations got a little jungled. Okay, your boy was tired and cooking late and just trying to get this video done for the YouTube. All right. Now, a great chef once told me, "Do as I say, not as I did." Now, I added my slurry with the turkey chops and everything still in the pan. It would have made a little more sense to add the slurry first, get the sauce thick, and then return the turkey chops to the pan to bring them up to temp and get them hot the rest of the way. But that's just a minor little thing. The sauce still came out great. Everyone in my household loved it. Easy peasy. Now we're on to preparing the mashed potatoes. I'm using a ricer to get them nice and smooth and evenly uniform. Okay. Then after I get them all riced, we're going to put the potato pan back on the stove. I didn't want to dirty up another pan, so I got my cream and butter heating up in the microwave as I was ricing the potatoes. Alright, now that I'm ready, I'm going to take that hot cream and that butter and add it in. Now, I will admit, I got a little heavy-handed. They came out a little looser than I would like them to be, but it's okay. You can always add more, but once you throw it in, you can't take it away. I seasoned with white pepper, garlic powder, and onion powder after I incorporated the cream and the butter. If you properly salted your water while you were boiling, you shouldn't really need to add any more salt here. But again, it's your food. I ain't gotta eat it. Just adjust your seasoning to taste. Cool beans? Cool beans. And full transparency, while the potatoes were working, I threw in some great value steam and bag vegetables for this one. No shame, we're tired, we're eating, and like I said, this meal got rave reviews from my household, so I'm sharing it with yours. And now it's time for the final plate up. I start by putting some mashed potatoes down. Made a little bit of a mess on the plate, but it's okay. I just gave it a little swipe. There it is. And then I started putting down the turkey chop, and then I realized that I actually wanted to put the vegetables down first, just to have everything have a little elevated feel to it. The plate up may have been a little chaotic, but I'll tell you one thing, the food didn't miss. After I put the right order of operations on the plate, with the vegetables and then the turkey chop right on top, there's the chop. I put some of that delicious onion gravy that we made all around and all on top of the chop. No fresh herbs this time, but trust me, it didn't really need it. That would have been a plus. Shout out to my man Matt Eats, because the only way to describe this is Smack Dizzy Bop. These chops were bussin', all caps. And if you try this recipe, let me know how it turns out. Turkey chops are lean, affordable, and way more flavorful than people give them credit for. Thanks for watching. Happy cooking from my kitchen to yours. Drop a comment with what you want to see next, and don't forget to like and subscribe.